Hello everyone. So now we are going to learn measuring customer lifetime value, also known as CLV. So don't let this complicated seem formula to make you afraid. So I will explain in detail, and it's pretty simple and straightforward actually. So let's start with what this M letter stands for. It is the constant annual margin, how much money you make from that customer on yearly basis. Let's say that you make $100 this year, $100 next year, third year, etc. The second thing is constant annual retention rate. What is retention rate? We mentioned that some of customers wants to disconnect, stop using your product. So they are going to do that. But some of them you will achieve to retain as your customer for the second year or third year, etc. So this rate is a rate like 80%, 90%, etc. It is always hard to retain 100% of your customers for long time. Some of customers will definitely disconnect, and you should consider this rate while calculating your customer lifetime value. Let's say that you have 100 customers this year and you expect that 90% of them will continue to use your product in the second year. So 90% will be your retention rate. And discount rate stands for I. And what is this discount rate? This is the rate of return that the investors expect, or the cost of borrowing money. This is a familiar term that we explained in our previous sections under net present value. Let's say that you borrowed $100 today. You will pay $110 next year, which means that $10 will be the money that you're going to lose, or this 10% will be the discount rate. Or in other way, next year $110 equals $100 of today. In this case, 10% will be the discount rate. So this rate depends on the market, inflation, company assets, etc. While calculating that, it's always recommended to check with the finance team and get the right or estimated discount rate for the following year. And acquisition cost. So this is the money that you spend in the first day to acquire a new customer. Let's say that you spent some money, made some advertisements, or made a promotion to get that customer as a new one. So while calculating your CLV, it is basically the yearly amount you collect from the customer, let's say $100. And what is your retention rate? 80%, 90%, etc. Divided by 1 plus I, which is the discount rate, and this part of the formula coming from the net present value calculation. For second year, if your lifetime is 2 years, for the second year you need to do margin multiplied with twice of retention rate, because this retention rate is yearly. You had 100 customers this year, 90% retained. In the second year you had 90. Then you need to apply 90% again to see how many customers will be there on the third year, which is 81, etc. It will continue in that way. So you multiplied with power 2. And while calculating the net present value of the money you will collect in the second year, you need to divide by 1 plus I power 2, because 2 times your money will lose some value. And based on the years that your customer's lifetime, you need to continue this calculation and distract the amount of acquisition cost, because that's the money you spend on the first day to acquire that new customer. Let's see with an exercise to understand it better. Let's assume that today your company acquired new 1,000 customers and your annual customer margin is $30. Your retention rate is 80%, which means that yearly you lose 20% of your customers. So next year you will have 800, etc. Discount rate estimated as 10% based on your assets, debts, inflation, and market. So you spend average $20 per acquisition of each customer. And we ask you to consider the lifetime of the customer as 2 years. Let's calculate. So for the first year, you will collect in the end of first year from customers. How many customers will be left? 80%, right? Because your retention rate was 80%. 80% of 1,000 will be 800. What is the net present value of the payment at the end of first year? You will collect $30, right? This is your annual customer margin. You will collect in the end of first year $30. What is the equal of that money in today? So you need to divide 30 by 1 plus 0.1, which is the discount rate. So $27.2 getting this amount today equals getting $30 next year. So your total money you will collect in the end of first year, considering net present value, is 800 multiplied with 27.2, which is around 21,000. In the end of second year, your customer amount will drop more, right? Because your retention rate will apply again. In this year, you will lose 20%. So 800 multiplied with 0.8 ends as 640. So you will have only 640 customers and they will pay you. So how much will be the money of you're going to collect from them? So $30, right? For each customer. But you're going to get that money 2 years later. So you need to come back twice to see what is the equal of that money today if I receive. You need to divide it by 1 plus 0.1 twice. So this powers 2 stays there. So it equals to $24.7, which means that getting $30 2 years later equals getting $24.7 today. So you need to multiply 24.7 with 640, which ends around $16,000. You need to sum these two values and you need to subtract the acquisition cost you paid today. How much money you paid? As we mentioned, you spent $20 for each acquisition and you acquired 1,000 customers. So $20 multiplied with 1,000 customers, so it makes $20,000. And when we sum these and subtract this amount, we are getting the amount of around $17,000, which is the customer lifetime value of this 1,000 customers I acquired today. All along the relationship that I'm gonna have with them, some will leave, some will continue, etc. This is the money that I'm going to receive all along this 2 years period. Thank you so much. See you in the next lecture. Bye.